This game contains content not appropriate for all language, such as language, sexual innuendo, some instances of cartoon violence, and references to self-harm and depression. The characters discuss suicide casually, but suicide is a serious topic. If you have thoughts about harming yourself or feel unsafe, please seek urgent medical attention. There's a little bit of advice for you all. Okay, settings. I would like this full screen, please. And I would like to show it on the screen. Thank you. Gonna lower the volume. Yeah, that's a good spot. Yeah, that's a little bit better on my eyes. Cool, return. This is Gloom and Doom. Hang on one second, I'm gonna go back over here real quick. Back over here. Oops, did I get rid of the Trello board? I kind of want to talk about it. I want to say what it is before we get into it. Oh my god, type please. So, going on what this has been described. Gloom and Doom is a visual novel throwback to 90s slasher films, but with a cast of supernatural slackers. It's a humorous study of feeling stuck in life with a sub-objective of highlighting mental health issues and encouraging players to take a more open and proactive approach to deal with them and ask help if need be. This is a solo effort from a first-time game dev, so it probably isn't the most technologically advanced game, but I believe in the story and would like to get it out there to more people. With the isolating effects of the pandemic, it'd be good for more players to be reminded that they're not alone. So yeah. I'm all about, helping out with mental health stuff. As I'm sure you guys can tell from some of the tags that I tend to use. I myself deal with, symptoms of anxiety and depression. I'm currently being treated for ADHD, which a lot of people that are neurodivergent, so folks with autism, ADHD, stuff like that, do tend to have more struggles with mental health because of, partly because of the way that people that are neurotypical treat people that are neurodivergent, but also just how our brain works doesn't always work in modern society. So I like the idea of this message. We're gonna see if this is any good. New game. The date is 24th December 2000, Christmas Eve. For a lot of kids and some adults, that means being really excited about opening presents when Christmas arrives in the morning. I'm gonna use my spacebar. But for Roger Coxburner, feels like Christmas is already here. What an early Christmas gift! I really don't know why this is happening, but tonight I'm going to score a cheerleader. One minute I'm lining up for a movie ticket, and then this hot girl just comes up to me and asks if I want to party. She tells me she's a high school cheerleader, and that her team just won some big football game. And she wants me to buy some beer for her. It's strange, and I know I'm not the kind of guy cheerleaders normally flirt with. Felt like a scene from one of those Japanese romance games. Oh my god. It's like one of those Japanese animes. You know the ones I'm talking about, right? The ones where you left-click your mouse to read all the dialogue while waiting to get to the good stuff? Sometimes I press the spacebar instead because my finger gets tired or because I need to switch hands. Not me literally going from clicking to spacebar. Although that was more because I didn't want the mouse on the screen. But I won't need to go home to one of those games tonight because I'm going to nail a girl in real life. Christmas came early. I hope it's the only thing that'll come early tonight. Oh my god. I don't want to embarrass myself in front of a cheerleader. No, I can't worry about that now. Okay, real talk? Real talk. You don't just have to do it once. What the hell is going on with my audio? Anyway, you don't have to just do it once. You can do it multiple times. So don't worry about it. When life gives you lemons, you don't hesitate to stick your dick into them. Oh my god. I mean, sink your teeth into them. Oh shit, I don't know what I mean. We've already had a few beers, so I'm too excited and way too drunk to think straight now. But why did you have to bring us to this creepy old house? We should have gone to a motel or something. And what if I get a splinter in my butt? I didn't bring any tweezers. I mean, creepy house sounds better than motel, to be honest. Motels tend to smell like smoke and stuff. This is at least, like, cozy and isolated. 10 out of 10 would be down to bang in this house. Just remember, life, lemons, dick. Hey, Roger, the door's not locked.
Are you sure we should be here?
I'm pretty sure we shouldn't be, but that's what makes it so fun. What's the matter, Roger? You scared?
No, of course not.
Well, let's go in then.
She pushes the door open and the two drunk teenagers enter the dusty old house. Inside, the house looks just as old as it does from the outside. The walls are peeling, the floorboards have holes in them, and the door frames have claw marks? There's some garbage on the floor, but it looks like it's been there for years. A strange smell that is neither pleasant nor particularly foul permeates the air. This house probably hasn't had any visitors for a while. Wow, this place is really old and creepy.
I know, right? Danger really gets me in the mood, so I'm getting a little wet from being in this old place.
Actually, the architecture of this place is pretty solid and it's quite dry in here. Your wetness is probably because of the rain, not the house. Oh my god. Hello, Ben Shapiro!
Whatever, Roger. Anyway, this place is so totally cutting. I love it. And it's really isolated, too. You could scream bloody murder and nobody would hear a thing. Do you want to try and see if anyone hears us?
Suddenly, a door slams from somewhere in the house and Roger screams in shock. Ugh!
Did you hear what I said?
Did you hear that door slam?
Whatever, it's just the wind. So, do you want to try?
Try what?
You didn't hear what I said, did you?
Sorry, I didn't.
Well, if you missed something, you can always click on the bat button along the bottom. Or you can try scrolling up on your mouse wheel.
Mouse wheel up, back button. Thanks, I'll do that.
Oh, I almost forgot. You can also use the history button to read everything that was said before.
The fuck?
The lightning reveals a sign lying on the floor.
Hey, look at that.
Cool. This is one of those old houses that has a name.
Welcome to Dercy. I can't read the rest of it.
This is Derceto Manor. I've heard about this place from the girls on the cheer squad.
Derceto Manor? Maybe we should leave.
Why?
Haven't you heard? There's been a lot of people going missing. Once there was this kid whose parents made him come directly home right after school. But one day he told his friends he was going to visit an old house and he was never seen again. I think it was this house.
You are scared. Oh my god, this is what I get for suddenly developing a nerd fetish. I should have asked that other guy at the cinema. He was way more Cusack than you. Cusack? What?
Hey, I'm not scared. It's just that people have been talking about some kind of
ghost. I've heard the stories about the ghosts too. Actually, I've heard this story a lot of times. Whenever I come across some stories or dialogue I've heard before, I just hold control to skip it.
Aren't you afraid you might miss something important?
Control will only skip dialogue you've heard before. It will stop once you get to something new.
I see.
Yeah, it's really useful when you don't want to hear the same stuff again and again. Like when you date different guys from the football team, and you realize they're all the same, and the only way to tell them apart is the positions they like.
You mean the positions they play?
No, I mean the positions they like.
I've heard that using Control-Skip method could sometimes cause the graphics to glitch.
It's rare, but you can always mouse reel up until the graphics look normal again.
Roger is amazed by how informative Sophie is. I don't think I've ever had a visual novel explain how a visual novel works in the game like this. Interdasting.
So, what do you think about the ghost stories?
I think they aren't just stories. Once you hear the same story enough times from different people, it has to be real, right?
Seriously, do you still believe in ghosts, Roger?
I've only got one option. I'm not sure.
Come on, Roger, you have to be man enough to make decisions. Most decisions might not make much of a difference, but some of them can really affect the way your story plays out. This choice is going to determine if you stay a virgin tonight.
What makes you think I'm a virgin? How do you know I haven't had many girlfriends before?
Oh, please. It's totally all over your face like, well, stuff that gets all over someone's face.
Like when you're washing the dishes and you put a soapy spoon under the tap?
See? You are definitely a virgin.
Okay, I am a virgin. It's just that I'm a romantic guy. I've been saving myself for that special someone willing to have sex with me.
I could be your huckleberry. But do you still believe in ghosts, Roger?
I can't decide. The pressure is too much.
Jeez, Roger, you need a security blanket. If you need a security blanket, you can always just save the game. Click the save button. Or you can bring up the main menu by hitting escape or right-clicking anywhere on the screen. After saving the game, you can always load back to this point in time if you didn't like how it played out. Try it now. Fine.
Okay.
And don't forget to save when you're making an important choice, just in case something bad happens.
You say that like I'm likely to die.
You're not going to die, but you might not like the way your story turns out. As my friend Roberta likes to say, save early, save often.
Oh my god. I'll try to remember.
So, do you still believe in ghosts?
So this is the bit where you'd want to save. Yeah? Yeah, don't you? There's a whole world we can't even see. Dark things, evil things.
Or maybe you've just spent too much time playing Dungeons and Dragons and not enough time getting laid. I'm going upstairs to explore this house. You can come with me if you want.
Sophie turns around and starts walking up a large set of stairs to the upper floor. Wait for me! Roger rushes after Sophie and grabs her hand. Halfway up the stairs, Roger suddenly realizes that Sophie's hand is deathly cold, almost as if her hand was carved from ice. Like she's a slutty, dead Elsa. Sophie notices him examining her hand.
What's wrong? Have you never held a girl's hand before?
No, it's just that your skin is very cold. Do you want to borrow my jacket?
That's very cowboy of you, Roger, but no thanks.
The cold never... I make a joke about Elsa. And then she goes, the cold never bothered me anyway. I'm going to scream. When the pair reaches the second floor, Sophie leads Roger into a room at the end of the hallway. Have you been here before? You seem to know your way around.
First time here. But I have a talent for always knowing where the bedroom is, even in a strange house.
They enter a spacious room with a large bed in the middle. The room is decorated with once luxurious curtains, and a large grandfather clock stands with its hand pointed at 8:40. Something doesn't feel right. It's a windy night, but the air in this room is so still. Like it's frozen in time.
Whatever, Roger. Why don't we focus on this large bed I found? Plus, it's got soft pillows, which is great because my knees are always getting bruised.
Oh, you play volleyball? I kept getting bruised knees until I got better fitting pads.
I'm not talking about Never mind, Roger.
Roger suddenly hears a strange sound and the hair on the back of his neck tingles. Of all the rooms in this house, this room makes him feel the most uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable. He wonders if it's time to get out of here.
I think it's time I got out of these wet clothes.
He quickly decides to stay. Don't you feel it, Sophie?
Feel what?
A change in the air?
Actually, yeah.
Can you sense something up here? Something evil?
I think I can. It's cold all of a sudden, and I don't normally feel cold.
I think it's time I reveal my true self to you.
You're a nerdy pervert that likes to being peed on? I've already figured that out, and that's why I've been drinking so much beer.
No, that's not it. Roger reveals himself as an incubus demon and bares his jagged teeth at Sophie.
Do you believe in evil now?
Roger?
Oh my god, Roger, there's something really creepy in this room.
You mortals are really stupid. The creepy thing is me. I am a demon and I will eat your soul tonight.
No, behind you, Roger. What is that?
Foolish mortal, do you really think I'm going to fall for that?
Creepy voice? Okay, I can do creepy voice.
Hello, Zogra.
Roger has never heard this voice before, but he recognizes it from 1,000 horror stories. Gloom? He slowly turns around and comes face to face with every demon's worst nightmare. A floating torso with massive arms and no legs. A blackened skull with green flames flickering inside it. They call him Gloom, and to see him means death. I'm glad you know who I am. Then you also know what is going to happen to you tonight. Why did I come into this? Why did I come into this house of all houses? Because you could never resist a young soul, could you? Thank you for luring him here for me, Sophie.
Wait, you're Mr. G?
Yes.
You're a ghost?
I'm a wraith. Ghosts are just confused spirits with no goals.
Sure, Mr. Wraith, sir. Please let me go. I'm just a cheerleader.
Tell me why I should.
You might not see a difference whether you let me go or not. And it often seems like your choices don't really affect what happens in the world. But your actions define who you are, and even if they don't change anything now, they will have implications later.
You're a lot smarter than you look.
Just because I'm a cheerleader doesn't mean I don't read.
Really?
Alright, I don't read. I've just fucked up a lot of college... I've just fucked a lot of college professors.
Get out of here. Your payment is under the floor mat.
Thank you.
Do not leave me alone with him.
Sorry, Roger. I still don't care about you.
Sophie. Come back here again, and I'll kill you too.
I won't. You'll never ever see me again.
Sophie runs out of the room as quickly as she can. Roger tries to follow quietly behind her. Not you! You are mine tonight, Zograth.
I go by Roger now. I got tired of always spelling Zorgrath out to bank tellers over the phone.
Gloom stares at the incubus, unsure if he just made a joke.
Whoa, tough crowd.
Roger realizes that if he's going to escape from this house, he'll have to outwit Gloom somehow. Sophie's advice about important life-changing decisions suddenly comes to mind. Okay. Both of these seem like bad choices. So let's get the fuck out of here.
Oh, fuck this!
Roger summons all his willpower to maintain control of his bladder as he rushes past Gloom to escape the bedroom. You've played this cat and mouse game with your victims so many times before. You know how this ends.
I am not listening to you.
Roger finds himself in the second floor corridor. The squeaky stairs are in front of him, but there's also another room he can hide in. I'm going to save all of the choices. We're getting the fuck out of here. He rushes down the stairs and makes it to the ground floor. But not before he twists his ankle on the last step.
Ouch, I hate stairs.
Roger desperately looks around for somewhere to hide. A bead of sweat rolls off his forehead and stings his eye. He rubs it in frustration. What's the matter, Zorgrath?
Fear is only exciting when you're inflicting it.
I'm not afraid of you! However, his lie is unraveled by the damp patch in his pants. Looking around, Roger spots an old chest that is probably big enough for him to hide inside. Alternatively, the exit is just a short run away, and the front door is left wide open after Sophie made her escape. What now? This is how I play visual novels, because that's what Katawa Shoujo taught me. Well, we twisted our ankle, so let's hide in the chest until we're okay. Not wanting to risk his twisted ankle, Roger quickly climbs into the large chest. He gets raccoon excrement all over his hands and knees, but it doesn't matter. You can't hide. I can smell your fear. And your piss. Roger suddenly loses his balance as the chest is lifted into the air. He clings on as best as he can, but there isn't much grip that can be found in the chest. Music's kinda lit, though. The lid of the chest drops open, and he sees Gloom's green eyes of death staring at him. Found you! The chest starts shaking violently, and Roger falls out and hits the floor. He rolls over in pain, clutching the shoulder that took most of the fall's impact. Looking up, he sees Gloom holding the chest above his head. Oh shit! He drops the chest on Roger's head, and the world goes dark. Where am I? Roger wakes up in a large, empty room. It's definitely the same house, but in a larger room that he hasn't seen before. Like a basement, perhaps. His head feels like it's being crushed, and his eyes can't seem to focus properly. What's going on? As he slowly regains his vision, he can just make out that there's nothing here except walls, dust, and an angry wraith squeezing his skull with a giant clawed hand. Please, I'm just a lowly incubus. I'm not even worth your time. You're wrong. Gloom's infamous spectral blade explodes out of his fist. The blade that has claimed the lives of countless demons. Come on, Gloom, I'm just a bottom feeder like you said. You don't need me, you really don't. Every horn counts. Oops. Part 1. Stuck. Oh! Okay. Oh my... Yo! Oh, I'm freaking out right now. Okay. Look at... I don't know if you can... how well you can see the mouse and stuff, but, like, there's a fucking
Knights. This game dev is a man of culture, or person of culture. I don't know what their gender is. Person of culture. Let's fucking go. Okay. I think that's a good spot to kind of do the first look. That was kind of the prologue thing. But I want to revisit this. I feel like it did like too much like snarky, this is how you play a visual novel. Because I feel like most people that would pick this up have played a visual novel before, so they don't need all that extra explanation. But was still cool. Let me show off the store page real quick. Gloom and Doom is a visual novel throwback to 90s slacker movies, complete with a solitude and sarcastic retorts, but with a supernatural twist. Push a powerful but unmotivated wraith to complete a stagnated quest to enter heaven, while trying to kill the suicidal but unkillable Doombringer. I like the vibe of it. And, oh. That actually got me an achievement? What? Okay. Anyway, I think that's going to be a good spot for me to take a quick little break. I'm going to drink some water, have a snack, and then I'll come back and pick out what else I've got in my backlog. So I'll be back in a few minutes.